Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. We are getting started with a war against Guatemala, so let's go ahead and get started with it. I got some battalions en route here, and basically, this means that once we got a hold of Guatemala, only San Salvador and the Mosquito Kingdom are not part of our empire. The Mosquito Kingdom is a protectorate of the United States, so they're in our customs union, so I'm not too worried about that. El Salvador is in the New Grenadine market. They also have an alliance with New Grenada. I feel completely comfortable with taking them over. And maybe that'll give me an opportunity to steal just a little bit more territory from New Grenada. So we'll see how that goes. Political migration. The rich and unstable political environment in the Kingdom of France has proven attractive to political exiles and stateless people who have begun to congregate in the coffee houses of Paris. Oh, Paris, you flawed yet fiery jewel. Where else could one see 3 different demonstrations within a 5 minutes walk? They're welcome to join the Sea of Voices, 5% prestige, 5% more radicals from standard of living decreases. Don't love that. And then Ludwig Schneider, who is a Republican, shows up. All right. Or these people make a mockery of the Kingdom of France. Reduced radicals from standard of living decreases. Minus 5% prestige. I can tolerate a minus 5% prestige penalty, so we're going to do that second one. Shazam. How's Britain's debt crisis? Ooh, it's at 95,000. So they have a debt to GDP ratio of close to 40%, which is pretty high for a game such as this. So no one is choosing to align with Guatemala, which is just fine with me. I am perfectly pleased with that as an outcome. Brazil is improving relations still. Institutions, we are gradually dying down colonial affairs, and I'm hoping that this will, number one, save me some cash, and number two, give me plenty of bureaucracy buffer in order to increase the amount of bureaucracy I've got available. There is still a communists uprising popping off in Austria, but I think the communists are losing. We've got some territory taken over here by Saxony. So the communist Austrians are still holding this territory here, Baden and Württemberg. And then okay, here we go, yeah. So Austrians are holding this territory here, and then Italian forces are holding these territories here. So probably this is going to end with a communist Austrian victory. It's interesting. They weren't able to put a couple of small armies over here and here to grab these territories, or something. But you know, I don't actually know. We have another liberal revolt in Nejd, which. What if I? If I support the liberals against Egypt, no, I can't do that. That would be too much of a troll. It would be very funny. So, Nejd is actually in our customs union, as is Hejaz, another protectorate tributary of Egypt. So that's pretty cool. We got a pretty. Oh, Guatemala backs down, and now we have a Uruguayan aristocratic revolt. That's fun. The Army of Latin America will have to deploy over there as well. And unfortunately, it seems as though we have 2 fronts. So just to avoid front chicanery, we'll go ahead and grab the Second Army of Indonesia to come over here. All right. Escadre du Nord has a little bit of a shortage of command. We'll go ahead and add a new leader here. Persistent naval commander, jingoist, aligns with the industrialists. That's pretty good. On the other hand, we got an innovator and a dockyard organizer. What does innovator do? Reduce morale loss. Oh, that's quite good as a commander. Yeah, we definitely want this guy. He's a social democrat, and that's all right. And the Second Corps needs another commander as well. Let's see. You're reckless. Don't want you here. You're a reserve jingoist and a mountain combat expert. You're okay. Ooh, you're a defensive strategist and you're brave. And you're a vanguardist. That's okay. Just can't give him too many promotions. Let me see if we can put someone else into moderate him. Oh, this guy's a meticulous and a stalwart defender and a nihilist. Perfect. This army is not going to be full of radicals for sure. Excellent. Saxony sides with Austria. Ah. Revolts in Bremen. Yeah, you enjoy that. Ah, Austria's civil war has ended. Very interesting. They'd be willing to form a defensive pact for an obligation, but I don't necessarily want that right now, so feeling pretty good overall. Mecklenburg offers to owe us an obligation if we'll back them in the ongoing diplomatic play against communist Mecklenburg. Hold on. What if, on the other hand, he became my vassal? Which it seems like they will accept. So that means... Come on. They accept. Alright, so we'll mobilize the Army of West Africa into the area to deal with it. And we'll grab the first Army of Indonesia as well. We can afford a small mobilization here on both sides. Alright. So with that underway, we should take a look at... Well, we got one more here. Begemder. Oh, right. That's down here? No. It's in Ethiopia. Oh, that's this small state here. What if you became my vassal? No. They don't want it, sadly. That's why staying stable is very important. Or some European king will try to get you as a vassal. The Nezhid diplomatic revolt, I can just... diplomatic play, I can just go ahead and declare neutrality on. I don't need a ton of notifications for that. This one I'm going to do the same. This thing between Austria and Bremen, where Austria has support from both Saxony and China, I don't really feel any obligation to continue to be involved in, so we can go ahead and declare neutrality on that. And then all that's left is Uruguay and communist Mecklenburg. So, what else does our market need? We still need more motor industries by a lot, which is pretty shocking, but I guess I've been building them. Oh, you know what? What's our oil situation look like? Got plenty of oil. I could switch some of my power plants over to oil turbine, because I think I unlocked oil turbine. That's in development. So if I go to oil powered, these are going to take 4.66k oil. Current oil prices stand at... Where are they? Did I lose them? Here we are. That's going to add 4k oil, which is going to take 19k oil up to basically 24k oil. We got 22k oil in the proverbial pot, so I think that's actually fine. It's going to cost more engines, but we can build more motor industries, and it's going to cost less coal. No, do it! Perfect. Nailed it. We are going to go ahead and grab... and build some more motor industries. If we do assembly lines for motor industries, that's going to take a ton of oil, so I'm not going to go ahead and do that. So let's stack up some extra motor industries. We'll do 10 levels in Guyenne, 10 levels in Auvergne-Limousin, and then 10 more levels in Guyenne. It's going to cost a bunch of infrastructure in Guyenne, but Guyenne's got a pretty good buffer of infrastructure at this stage, so I'm feeling pretty confident overall in our ability to live with that. Both of these diplomatic plays are popping off without a hitch. My armies are mostly in place here. The first army of Indonesia is on its way. Brazil is continuing to improve relations. Brazil, if you continue to blow up my my DMs in this way, I'm going to be very unhappy. You're a minor. You should join my customs union. It would be 100 infamy to make them a protectorate. Oh my gosh. But how funny would it be if they have another civil war and they join my customs union, and I can make them a protectorate? I would be so very pleased with the results. I would be so very, very pleased with the results. And there's the war with communist Mecklenburg popping off. The Uruguayan aristocratic revolt is massively indebted. Great. We got electricity shortages. Electricity shortage in Congo. Do I have... Where is... Okay, this is Congo. Do I have power plants here? I do. I have one. I have one and it's not producing. Okay, well. It is what it is. Do I have power plants all over it? Yeah, I kind of do. Oh, you know what? I think I can... So all the places in Africa we're good to go with. And I don't actually own any territory down here in Southeast Asia. So I think at this point I can transfer all of the all of my urban centers over to being having electric lighting. I think I can finally do that. I can't with some. Where? Because that's going to indicate to me where I don't actually have power. Pondicherry. It's Pondicherry. I should have built a power plant in Pondicherry. That's okay. I can absolutely build a power plant in Pondicherry. We'll also get making movies in Africa. We'll establish, oh my gosh, what's the name of the local... What's the name of the regional, Gosh, I'm feeling really silly right now. Oh, they're already being created. Is it like Nollywood? There's like a regional, there's like a regional variation of Hollywood in, I think, oh man, I'm really showing my ignorance here. I think it might be Nigeria. I saw a bunch of, a couple of ads for movies from there that made them sound just delightful and astounding at at like a big movie event. And I was like, I want to watch a few of these just to see what they're like. Like, that sounds incredible. So we got the Uruguayan aristocratic revolt. We've got communist Honduras popping off. Let's go ahead and speed up the game. We are still currently kicking around at 20 infamy. There's the Uruguayan aristocratic revolt sorted out. There's communist Mecklenburg. Ugh. Doing big brain stuff. So Mecklenburg is now my my protectorate. Will you accept a reduction in autonomy for 1 infamy? Absolutely. Here you go. Now you're a dominion. Shazam. Now you're blue. We're gradually getting bluer and bluer. The more blue the world gets, the better, to be honest. 2 arms. I'm still eyeing reducing Java's autonomy. Can't do it now, obviously, because we're already in the middle of a war. I keep forgetting that you can actually do diplomatic plays as long as you're only in a diplomatic play and not a war. Actually. Will you be... Oh my goodness. I could do this. This would totally mess up my... Oh my goodness. How much debt is Great Britain in right now? 101 million? I could do this. I could actually do this. I could steal Cape Colony from Great Britain. Oh my gosh. We're going to be very, very silly here, friends. I'm not going to do that yet. I'm going to do it. I'm going to wait until they've actually accepted. And then we'll scramble our armies all over. Yeah, I think we're going to do this incredibly silly. Oh, we're over on ships. All right. Introduce our number of dreadnoughts in this fleet. Perfect. All right. Whew, that was nearly a problem. And what kind of an army does Great Britain have at this stage? They still have a substantial force, but not as substantial as ours, clearly. And I think theirs is significantly lower tech. Is anyone else siding with Great Britain in this situation? Spain is considering it. And this will get us all of Cape Colony. You know what? I think we're going to do it. Just gonna wait until the thing sorts itself. Alright, and now we are careening towards war with Great Britain. So I want an army here in Gibraltar, an army here in Africa, another army here in Africa, and I want the first army of Indonesia. Where are you currently going? Alright, I'm going to send them back here over to Indonesia just to make sure, and then I'm going to hop back over here to make sure that nothing... Okay, so they were the ones going to... Okay, the second army of Indonesia is going back to Indonesia. The army of Latin America is going to Gibraltar. The army of West Africa is going to West Africa, so that means the first army... First army of Indonesia? Maybe I'm just being really dumb about this. Alright, I think we're good. I think we're good. I think those armies are on their way. So, now we'll mobilize everyone else. I'm going to put the 3rd Army Corps in South Africa. And in terms of fleets, our fleets are all over in Asia after the war with China. So I'm going to put one of them in by South Africa here, and one of them in the Bay of Biscay, and one of them in the North Sea. And we'll just enjoy that as it comes. I'm only scrambling one army corps to what I see as the main front down here, because I think it's incredibly likely that Spain is going to try to get involved in this, and if they do, I'm going to need to be ready. Because Spain is not my friend, and they are very much leaning towards Great Britain in this. If they don't get involved, then we'll send the... yep, there we go. So, we'll put First Army on the Spanish frontier. And then we'll go ahead and raise our conscripts in the 2nd, 1st, and 3rd Army Corps, and we'll put the Army of North Africa. We'll raise its conscripts, and we'll put that on the border with Spain here. And after a few weeks of war, we'll kind of see how things go. So, we've got a little bit of time to get our armies where they're going. So let's go ahead and unpause the game. Again, I'm putting my large army here on the front with Spain. I don't foresee this being a problem. In fact, I think my chances are quite good. We'll designate Toledo as their strategic objective. Wait, hold on. Toledo is still the capital of Spain. They haven't had a revolution or something that's moved the capital. No, they have not. Yeah, we got 2 armies over here. So yeah, I'm pretty confident overall. I'd love if you improving relations... Ooh, oil import shortage. Hold on. How do we have an oil import shortage? Oh my goodness. Well, how are the power plants using that much oil suddenly? And the motor industries? That's bananas. Oh, it's got to be barracks. I bet it's barracks. Alright, so we're going to put our power plants back on coal. And that's going to reduce oil demand significantly. Because, again, we need to keep the war machine industries pumping out tanks and planes for the war. Budget's looking good. I'm gonna... I'm not getting my, obviously, my huge... Oh, no, I still am getting my huge pile from Great Britain until the war pops off. But now I'm not. Alright. Spain declared a rivalry. That's not shocking. Interesting. Force comparison here is actually not great. So I'm going to put the second corps there. We got a really good force comparison over in this area, so I'm hoping we can push forward into Spain without a problem. Radical Congo. Interesting. Wait a minute. Radical Congo. That's not this. That's this. Weird. Okay, well, anyway, I don't need to concern myself with that. It would be an interesting opportunity, but it's nothing right now. Force comparison here is looking quite good. Force comparison here on the Pyrenees is looking quite good. Hold on. Why have I lost a bunch of interests? Because the United States left my customs union, I bet. Yep, they moved in with the Russians. In with the Russians? Ridiculous. I'm actually going to take the Army of Indonesia and put them on this front, and we're just going to start grabbing as much territory in Indonesia as we can. There's a front over here. Looks like both of these armies are on their way. I'm going to send one of them to... Oh boy. Makes the game run real chunky over there. We'll send one of them to southern Spain here. And we'll let the other continue on towards Fernando Po. This one. Alright. Perfect. So if Britain tries to naval... I need to keep my eye over here, because if Britain tries to naval invade me, that's going to be a problem. Communist Anhalt. Well, unfortunately, the First Army of Indonesia is going to have to sort that situation out. How badly is Britain in debt now? Hehe, 105 million. Got him. It was good while it lasted. How much cash do we have in the pot? 237 million. Gold reserve limit is 103 million, so I'm incredibly confident in our ability to continue to win this war without any difficulties. Unfortunately, the Cape Colony's capitalist revolt is already taken over, so let's go ahead and send the army that we've got over here, the 3rd Corps, to naval invade. We're going to get minus 18% in efficiency. I don't think it's going to matter. Naval invade! Huzzah! Success! Alright, so actually, once this army is taken over Fernando Po, they're going to have to go south to make sure that I got 2 armies over there, so that if I experience front slippage, I'm not in a situation that I can't handle. Perfect. So you're going to have to go down here. And now, I'm going to have to keep an eye on Spain. I'm winning on both sides on Spain, but one of these armies is going to need to be able to be scrambled suddenly in the event of Great Britain trying some kind of cheeky naval invasion. In fact, Escadre de la Méditerranée is going to need to go here to make sure that doesn't happen. Now that I think on it some, we're experiencing some convoy sinkage, but that's alright. Yes, and once again we got an army on the way over here. We're going to put them there so that we got an army on both sides of this situation. And that's going to get the Cape Colony's capitalist revolt back into a place where they've got war support protection. They don't. Total enemy occupation. But they're good. They're good to go. That's not right. No. Go to the main front. Oh, okay. No, they've got to go to the ocean before they can go over there. That's all right. So they should. Brazil's improving relations. Very good. Where are we losing convoys? Bay of Biscay? Bay of Biscay. USA sides with Russia against a Punjabi peasant revolt. Alright, that doesn't concern me much. In Indonesia, this army is just going from front to front, closing out fronts. That's completely fine. So we'll continue with that. So now Cape Colony should be good to go, right? They should have war support protection on account of being fully... on account of having control of the whole country, right? Okay, those... Actually, we'll have the Army of West Africa also go to Indonesia and keep working on these small fronts just to make sure that we're going forward in those zones. It's okay. I think that as long as we have war support here, this is going to be fine. Continent of Opportunity. We got this event once again. I'm going to do the same thing I always do, which is the colonial administration should assist them. It costs 10 bureaucracy. It's not even a problem. So we are winning our war with Spain. And our remaining fleet is going to need to come up to the Bay of Biscay to also fight off the British over there. Spain should be pretty much... Oh, really? They're not nearly as out of war support as I would have thought they would be. That's a little bit of a shock, actually, but I'm not worried. Again. And after this, I think it's going to come time to invade Britain. So let's go ahead and grab... We'll actually have the fleet that I've currently got en route here. Grab the army of North Africa, and we'll do it in the Highlands. Ooh, international exchange standards. And we'll have them head on over there. That's going to dilute my forces in Spain a little bit, but if we can get some occupation in Great Britain, we can definitely experience some success in the warplace as a result of that. And there's compression ignition. It's hot and fresh out of the research lab. I'm going to station the First Army of Indonesia in France. Whew, electric arc process. Nice. So now it's just me versus Great Britain. You're going to need to actually guard this front to make sure that we don't get pummeled here because of front splittage. Oh my goodness, we experienced success. Wonderful. So I had a large army on the way north. Yes, you're here. So first corps, first you need another general. This guy is meticulous and a stalwart defender, and he aligns with the Catholic Church. He's a theocrat. Officer on deck. We're going to put you in Scotland. Can't reach it. Oh, interesting. Are you telling me that the Highlands don't have a port? They do. Curious. What about the Second Corps? They can't get here either. That's very confusing. I feel strongly as though they should be able to. With that having been said, with Great Britain partially occupied, they no longer have war support protection, so this war is basically ours at this point. And with that completed, we will have taken Cape Colony from the British, and that's pretty cool. Colonial affairs is down to 2. Wonderful. So this is, I think, another time just straight up engaging the British Empire in a war. And so far, they've been successes. Just grabbing some small armies and putting them on these other fronts. So far, they've been successes, so I'm really feeling pretty confident about my ability to continue to bully Great Britain. Let's see if we can get one of our major armies over here. We can. All right, wonderful. And again, we need to keep watching over here so that in case they try to naval invade us, we can be on deck for that. We've got fleets in all of the relevant areas that need protecting, so I'm not too worried about it. But still, one must be vigilant against when one's foe is perfidious Albion. Perfect. And that is the end of the war. And that should be the end of our war with the Alsatian capitalist revolt pretty soon. And now, South Africa is French, although they're still ethnically English and Boer. Interesting flag. Ooh. And our HQs are basically on their way back to their home HQs, which is pretty solid. South Africa is damaging relations. No! I will improve relations back. Stop being rebellious. Stop being rebellious. Is France going to have to reduce your autonomy? This situation's kind of funny. I don't know what's going on over here, but... Radical Congo, are you in a war over there? So, Radical Congo has no battalions. Portugal has 13 battalions. So, I don't know how precisely it is that a country with battalions is not just winning a war with a country that doesn't have battalions. That strikes me as a little silly. So, there's that. I can go ahead and pull taxes down. So, if we drop them to 1... Spain sides with Great Britain against communist Denmark. You get 'em, Spain. How much debt is Great Britain in now? 111 million. Wonderful. Oh my gosh, I'm so pleased. What's this? What's this? Schleswigian proletarian revolt against Schleswig. Schleswig is currently independent. And the proletarian revolt would not be interested in becoming a subject. Nevertheless, Schleswigian proletarian revolt is a technocratic monarchy, whereas Schleswig is an oligarchic council republic. I don't know, those are both newfangled. Those are both very newfangled, and the King of France has no interest in this. Budget's looking good. Let's drop taxes all the way down to minimum. That's going to give us a righteous as heck government. And that's going to really bring standard of living up, I'm hoping, which I'd be really pleased with, if it were indeed to transpire. Peace is once again restored to Europe, with the help of me, the King of France. French South Africa is big mad. What are you? You're an autocratic parliamentary republic, so an elected dictatorship. Interesting. You consist just of the industrialists. That is very interesting. I'm in a rare period of peace, so I think it's time to go a little bit buck wild and try to grab something else. We already got Guatemala. El Salvador is... Oh, that's right, New Grenada. So if I grab the... Oh, that's 30 infamy. I can't grab Cauca. I don't think I can grab anywhere in New Grenada. I think New Grenada's doing stuff. You sure you don't want to be a protectorate? Brazil? I would love it if you were a protectorate, Brazil. Let's see. What else is there to do? Banjar is still in a truce with me for another 4 months. So I can't reduce their autonomy. What about Tidor? I can reduce Tidor's autonomy. They might not accept. What about Java? Java will accept. Oh, that's going to be 18 infamy. Gosh, that's so much. But they would be so blue. I would be so pleased. Wow. That reduction in taxes really brought standard of living up. Heck, look at all these loyalists. Wonderful. So I think... I don't want to just chill. I just got into a war with Spain and Britain, so I do have a truce with them. I could afford to kick around a little bit over infamy for a bit, but on the other hand, that'll limit my options in the middling term, in the middle term. Let's see. Let's take a look at my market. I can't even remember all the countries that are in my market. I suppose I could knock out one of these small entities in Africa. New Grenada is the real prize, though. Oh, there's so much to make a protectorate. New Grenada, can we be friends? I think we can be. I think we should be able to be friends. I'm going to go ahead and improve relations with New Grenada. At this point, I don't think I need to improve relations with Tidor any further. So we'll stop doing that, and that'll give us some extra influence to play with. Let's see. Numerous targets present themselves. What is this? That's a tiny section of British Raj. I suppose I could go for Sindh, Kalat, and Makran. They're a little bit hard targets at this point in the game, but they're low infamy cost to grab. Actually already got a an Omani treaty port here in Makran. So I could go through that way. Is there value in that for me? Oh, the other country I was thinking about is Greece. That really, having Greece on my side would really let me have a full hegemony over the Mediterranean. So I think we're going to do that. They would let me take on their debt, which is less than $1 million. On the other hand, they'll be more likely to say yes if they got big old debts. You know what? I think we'll do it. I think French Greece needs to exist. Alright, that puts us up at 24 infamy. Landowners are mad? No, landowners are weak. I think that might be the first time the landowners are fully marginalized in this playthrough, which is impressive. Alright, so we'll need a fleet over here. Oh, we've got a front. Goodness, I hadn't even realized. Does Greece have anything resembling a real army? Not really. So we'll just grab the army of West Africa and put them on the front. Go to the front! Go to the front! There we go. Perfect. And we'll see... Who else is interested in getting involved? Romania. You're interested in getting involved. But Romania, you and I, we should be friends. Bold stance for a country with coastline. I got the Ottoman Empire on my side here. Oh, Russia sides with Greece. Well, that is interesting. So this might be a real war. I'm going to at least mobilize the army of North Africa and the 3rd Army Corps. We'll put them in Russia, and we'll see... in Prussia, rather, and we'll see how things go. I'm going to keep my taxes low, because I've got a huge buffer of gold reserves. Oh, there's a front in the Ottoman Empire as well. You know what? Let's do a full mobilization. I don't need everyone, but I definitely need... I can go ahead and grab the 1st Army and put them in the Ottoman Empire. I think it's going to depend... Actually, we'll put the Army of North Africa... No. We're going to put the minor armies, the armies of Indonesia and Latin America. Those armies are both going to go to the Greek front as well. So that if Russia puts troops there, we'll be positioned to at least hold them off to keep them from taking Ottoman territory. Oh! Never mind then. Greece backed down. That's wonderful. Aw, thank you, Greece. Greece, for that, you get money. In fact, I'll even take on your debt. Nah, you're not interested in that. But I'll improve relations. That's very good. I'm glad Greece didn't make me fight a war over Greece. That's wonderful. I'm very pleased. With that having been said, we are actually another big, long episode in the can. So that's going to be all we've got time for today. We fought another war with Great Britain to get ourselves French South Africa as a protectorate. We finished out our war to get Guatemala as a protectorate, and we made Greece a protectorate. So our market is growing and expanding ever faster and faster. So it's been a pretty good episode. I've had fun. I hope you all have had fun as well, and I will see you all on the other side.